Hello, everybody. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to roast and react to today on this Monday, December 29th. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like on your way in, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for another episode of No Offense, All Offense, where we roast, react to, take a comedic look at all the things that are spiking our dopamine, whether it's pop culture news, a little bit of true crime stuff. We do trending topics, just again, anything that is making that dopamine rise. Remember, I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can respectfully agree to disagree, like the very zen Tamra Judge.
That's my opinion!
That's just my opinion. Also, remember, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
However, lots of people that you like or maybe don't like have said that I was excellent.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much, Lala. I appreciate that. Speaking of Lala, we have a little bit of Lala Kent news. We talk a lot about Lauren's over here lately. But Lauren from Utah, another Lauren from Utah, we have some updates on. Also, some in the hidden true crime drama verse of it all, Dr. John continues to get exposed, but I stumbled upon a link someone posted on Reddit of a blog that Dr. John wrote. And you know how Lauren and John love their cringy blogs. So we're going to read it and react to it. Okay. I read a little bit, but I haven't read the whole thing because I need you guys to be there and hold my hand while we laugh and read it. And then we also have to roast some elopement, some videos, or elopement, engagement, whatever. We got some things to talk about. So smash that like, you guys. Hold on one second. Good. I have my live today. I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm texting my friend who's in town with her fam bam, and we are meeting them for dinner later. So this is actually going to be a quicker live, you guys. I'm probably going to be here for an hour. So we have a lot to fit into. So I better get to it. All right. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment and read it. You can also send a super thanks after the video posts. You can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Thank you to those of you who have done that. Gigi, thank you so much for hitting me up on the Cash App. I got that. Thank you. And or you can join a membership. Yesterday, if you are coming in the live and going, how do I have a membership to Joleen's channel? I remember buying this. Mrs. Long purchased 50. She gifted 50 memberships to the channel.
Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. Oh yeah.
So thank you, Mrs. Long. And congrats to those who got it. Dude, I know I was going to do Duty Ron today, but I think I got to do Duty Ron tomorrow, Dale. Maybe we'll be able to start the Duty Ron. We'll see how far we get with the other stuff. But apologies. So sorry. So yes. Okay. Thank you. I love Silverchair. Oh my God. My only dream is for Silverchair to reunite because they're feuding. Daniel Johns is feuding with the other two, and the other two are feuding with him. And they're just too iconic of a band because I need to see them before I die. Okay. Because I had a Silverchair poster over my bed or behind my bed, not over I wasn't like staring up at it creepily. I would have, but I think we had popcorn ceilings, so I couldn't tape anything up there. But it was a poster behind my bed of Silverchair growing up. So I still love Silverchair, and they made music for a very long time and very good music. Okay. But I need them to get back together. So if anyone, where my Aussies at? Okay. I've already asked Hella to look into this. Okay. Shout out to Hella, Excited Utterance, if she could, walk down the street, talk to Daniel Johns, and the other two. Apologies, I forgot their names. I think one's name is Ben. and, try to get a reconciliation going, that'd be great, so that I could see them in concert. That would be fantastic. Okay. All right. Now, you guys remember Lala Kent, the other Lauren from Utah, who I just showed in this video.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
I'm so excellent. I just spilled all over myself, you guys. I took my first sip of my Alani and spilled. So that was Lala saying Joleen is excellent. What are they saying? And ironically, in this, it's like the, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon pizza, or Kevin Bacon, whatever the saying is. And the cutie patootie saying, I heard mixed reviews on Joleen, is now a wonderful person named Jess. I mean, she's always been, is now. Jess, who now was the producer for Lala Kent, but when she left Lala Kent's podcast, she took a better opportunity. Come to find out, it's with Annie Elise. So worlds collide. She went from like a shitty podcast with Lala Kent. No offense, all offense. Okay.
Allegedly.
But it's not good. Lala's podcast has never been good. It's always been horrible. We've roasted it, many times. And Jess, her producer, who I and a lot of us over here felt that Lala was she treated her bad. And especially when she left. I mean, Jess was like, she was on Vanderpump, I don't know how many episodes Jess was on Vanderpump, but Lala, we watched Lala hire Jess. Jess was such a good producer for her. She was such a sweetie, wipe the seedy, always too good for Lala. And then when Jess got a better opportunity, Lala was like, I've never heard of Jess. I don't care. And we were like, what? Yeah, good for Jess. So we were like, go Jess, like pro Jess. And then I don't know if I just didn't really know who Annie Elise was at the time, or if I didn't know, or if I did and I forgot that she got the shove for Annie Elise. But when we started roasting the hidden true crime weirdos, come to find out, Jess is Annie Elise's producer, which is a huge step up from Grayson, in my opinion. Okay.
You're despicable.
Because Jess is like, she is not a demon. She is not a demon like Grayson. She is she's kind. She's like one of those kind people where you're like, oh, it's not like I know her personally. It's the vibes. It's the read of watching someone on the podcast. Like she's a good egg, as they say. So Jess got an upgrade. Annie got an upgrade with Jess as the producer. So very interesting. But to make a long story short, we're talking about Lala again. Okay. Because you guys, and this came out a couple of weeks ago and I was like, this is so ridiculous. Lala Kent, she is now, she changed Give 'em Lala, or whatever the podcast was called that she had that Jess used to produce for. She changed the name to Untraditionally Lala.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
And I was like, okay. Whatever that means. I don't know. She's always rebranding. She married that guy with no neck that looks like a taller Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance, Randall, or no, she didn't marry him. She wanted to marry him. She had an affair with him while he was married to a beautiful actress. Come to find out, I've been waiting for January 8th because it is going to be The Traitors season 4 premiere. They're going to drop 3 episodes on January 8th, and then we get them weekly, which I'm so excited to roast up. And if you guys are looking to check out The Traitors or watch this season of The Traitors with me, it's on the Peacock app. Peacock. So if you have that, we watch the episodes and then we roast them up. We have a good time. So I was excited for that. But it turns out something else is happening on January 8th. Lala came out with a new podcast in addition to her now Untraditionally Lala. I mean, Jess must be so happy she got out of working in the Lala bubble, in the Lala realm, because oh my God, she has a new podcast, you guys. And it's co-hosted. She has a co-host, and the co-host is Amber Childers, and that is the woman whose husband she had an affair with, Randall. That was the woman who was married to Randall Emmett, the disgraced movie producer with no neck who is a whole scam in himself. We could get into that. I mean, those of you who know about Randall Emmett, they've done multiple, I think the LA Times, like multiple news outlets have exposed this man. 50 Cent exposed this man. He is a scam. There was a Hulu documentary about him. But Lala loved him. And this was her mystery man for many seasons on Vanderpump Rules while he was married. And she was like, my man. And she was like, BJs for PJs. So she was giving out BJs for PJs and Gucci slides. Was it Gucci slides, you guys? I'm thinking, for sandals? For sandals? You gonna suck Randall for sandals? That, not worth it. Hashtag not worth it. Just save up for some Gucci slides. I don't know how much they are, but not worth it. So Lala went on to be with this woman's husband. And Randall had 2 children with actress Amber Childress. She's been in a bunch of things. She was also in the show You, I believe, on Netflix, which is the most recent thing I can think of. There's probably other things. So apologies to Amber Childress. She seems like a lovely woman. And Lala made it, I mean, her mission to just defame this woman, talk shit on her, not only go in and have an affair with her husband, but then to just, harass her online on social media, post how, she was just awful to this woman. Well, since they have made amends over the years, because Lala went on to have a daughter with Randall, and obviously, Amber has 2 daughters with Randall, and for the sake of the children, I feel like Amber was just the bigger person and was able to accept Lala. And Lala said she apologized, but whatever. And now they're going to co-host a podcast together all these years later. I mean, this goes back to nobody even cares anymore about this thing. But now Lala's found a way to monetize her other womanness, her whordom. What do you call it? What is that called when you're the mistress, her mistressdom? And they are co-hosting a podcast that's premiering January 18th called An Unlikely Affair. First of all, it's not unlikely. I hate that name already. I hate it because it's very likely, because Randall was a uggo. Let me show you a picture of this man. This man, okay? It always reminds me of Melanie Little when she does the impression of Jennifer McCabe. There's a man in the snow. There's a man. There's a man in the snow. You mean your friend? You mean your friend John? There's a man. Shout out to Melanie Little. Okay. Let's see. Lala and Randall Emmett. So obviously Lala and Randall, they split in 2021. But God, even seeing a picture of him just grosses me out. He's just a grossy McGrosserson. I mean, and he's just Big Ed. He's just Big Ed. Let me show you guys. So an unlikely affair is not unlikely because a guy like this is never going to have sexual relations with pretty women like Lala and Amber Childress. Okay, look at this man. This is the type of man that can only have transactional love. He has to have money. Okay? And it's very likely. This is now the new norm, unfortunately. Transactional relationships with these uggo scammer dudes, alleged rich dudes, who then have to buy the love of a pretty younger woman. So it's very likely. I would say a likely affair. I would call it a likely affair. I would call it LA love. There's so much of this. You see it on the Housewives. You see it, in Hollywood. You just see it with these rich dipshit dudes who half the time their money isn't even real. Okay. And ultimately the relationships never work out because, in these relationships, they're transactional. So what has to happen is the woman has to stay young and beautiful forever, and the guy has to keep his money forever. And we know it's impossible to stay young forever, So one, if not both of those things are always going to fail. Therefore, the relationship is going to fail. And it's never about love because no one is going to have sex with this man. Not only does he have a bad personality, he's got a smoker's voice, and he doesn't have a neck. Okay? God bless. But he doesn't have a neck. All right? And I am a lady with a strong neck myself. Okay? I got a thickum holding my head up, but it's there. He doesn't have one. And he's also an asshole. So that makes it much easier to talk about his lack of nectum. But that's even like an airbrush. That picture I showed you, that's like a airbrush, nice picture of him. That's probably the best picture he's ever taken in his life. This man is a golem. He's like, he's just like, you see him coming at you. You're like, he has to lead with cash. And you're like, he has no ethics. He's like, allegedly just, always skiing, always hitting the slopes of his nose, always talking to, borderline too young women. So far, I've never heard anything, of in the teens, but he's just gross. So that was the guy that was the big prize. And then Lala and him had this big breakup. And then Lala wanted us to believe, she was the victim of him. And it's like, oh, geez, oh my God, man, you know exactly what you're doing. And she just, look, oh my God, look at this picture. What the hell is going on? And this is generous. Some of these are generous pictures of this man. Oh boy, you guys. Okay. Let me share this here. Okay. My YouTube's being I got a little bit of a lag, so hopefully I can fix that, you guys. And this doesn't. Uh-oh. Okay. Look at this man. What is going on here? No, I don't like it. No, thank you.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I guess on this one, he went tanning, maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, Lala is going to be hosting this podcast with his ex-wife that she, took every opportunity to, for a very long time, to talk shit on and just basically try to destroy this lady's life. And now here they are. Let me show you the graphics for their. Is this it? Okay, here we go. It's going to be through iHeartMedia. iHeartMedia, do you have any, honestly, are there standards? I see some of these people that get, what? So there's Amber on the right, Lala on the left. So an unlikely affair. Oh, I guess, you know what? They did highlight likely, so maybe they get it. Somebody gets it. Lala definitely doesn't get it, but somebody might get it. And but an likely affair. Okay. And I think they think it's unlikely. Anyways, here, let's read the description, Jolene, before you get too much, before I get my granny panties in a bunch. Let's read the description here. iHeart Podcast announces an unlikely affair, the first series to debut under Lala Kent and iHeart's new expanded podcast slate. I can't imagine maybe she makes more money than I think, but who is listening to this chick? But all right. A spinoff of Lala Kent's Untraditionally Lala, the new series co-hosted by Kent and Amber Childers, follows the two former adversaries who unexpectedly became bonded single mothers.
I don't have any phones now.
Premiere episode set to debut January 8th, 2026. Listen to the official trailer now here. Okay, let me listen to it. Can I listen to it here? No, you didn't even give me anything to click. Well, I guess I got to find it myself. December 5th, 2025. iHeart Podcast, the #1 podcast publisher globally, according to Podtrac, today announced the launch of An Unlikely Affair, the first official series under the Lala Kent's blah, 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 Untraditionally Lala umbrella, a growing podcast slate that will expand within iHeart's pop-worthy lineup of shows. Hosted by reality TV star and entrepreneur, oh God, that's generous, Lala Kent, alongside actress and producer Amber Childers, who's best known for her roles in You and Ray Donovan. The new series will build on the success of Kent's previously launched podcast, Untraditionally Lala. Did they say the success?
It's not enough.
Okay. All right. I'd have to see the numbers on that. We're going to go with an allegedly, because this is a press piece, so I don't know. I don't know about that, but okay. Each week, an unlikely affair, Lala and Amber dive into the realities single mothers face. Oh, here we go. Drawing from a past that once made them sworn enemies after sharing the same ex. In a twist no one saw coming. Oh, please. I mean, it's a little late for this podcast. I mean, this all went down. Lala first started humping her husband. I mean, what? 2016, 2015? It was a while ago. It's a while ago, you guys. But so to wait till now, like for what? You know, I have to like start the live reminding people who Lala even is, what happened. I mean, okay, whatever. So each week we're going to dive into blah, blah, blah. All right. Their history and built an unexpected, deeply honest friendship. Oh boy. Together they explore how to navigate major transitions, manage mom guilt while reclaiming their identities, and approach dating and sex, oh geez, in their next chapter. The co-hosts share how they reclaim their happiness and how their journey inspires listeners to let go of toxicity and rewrite their own narratives. Kent will continue to host Untraditionally Lala because she needs the money, with episodes dropping every Wednesday and a bonus content released on Mondays and Unlikely Affairs distributed by iHeart, bloobity blah, 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 boo, boo, boo. So I'm probably going to check out the first episode and we might have a little roast. Again, no shade to Amber, all the shade to Lala because she is just scandalous. I don't know why Lala wants to do this podcast and she's going to talk. Lala already talks about her sex life all the time. All right. She's always in fights with her friends. She can't keep a friend. She doesn't know how to be a friend. We've learned that with her. So she just follows the money. She has no loyalty other than money and material things. I mean, we've seen it go down for a very long time, but okay, we're here. I mean, just nothing about Lala screams authentic. And I think when you say that's your brand, you should probably be a little authentic. And you can't just always follow the money. You know, thank you, David Cushmore, for the first super chat of the live here.
I don't have any foods now.
Appreciate that. That one for you, since I think you are a big brother person as well. And then we'll also hit you with the Vikings play the Packers this Sunday on January 10th and the 11th NFL playoffs. Thank you so much, David. Always keeping us up to date on the Vikings and sports. And tonight, the Minnesota Wild and the Timberwolves play. So I'm very excited. I'll be watching it on the replay crew after we go out with our friends, but I'm excited. Those little things make me happy. But thank you, David. Thank you so much. All right, let's see here if I can find. No, boy. Maybe I wonder if they have an Instagram for this. Let me check here because I do want to hear the little preview that they're doing. And I wonder if anyone has checked on Sheena. Has anyone checked on Sheena since this news came out that Lala has a podcast with Amber? Someone should probably check on her. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, then you're very lucky that you don't know.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Thank you, Lala and Sheena. And how long until Lala gets in a fight with Amber? Because she fights with all her friends. And this podcast is null and void because Lala tries to beat up Amber because Lala, she thinks she's a thug. You know, she's straight out of Utah. Crazy motherfucker with privilege. Like I don't know what I don't know. But she does. She really does. She thinks she's a fighter.
The things that come out of his mouth, if he were to pull that on me, like, I'd be catching a case. Like, I'm putting claws in you, dog. It gets my blood boiling just thinking about it.
And you might be like, Joleen, is that really Lala wearing a Tupac one-piece bathing suit of his body? It is. Okay. And I'm so sorry that you had to see that. And I didn't want that for you. But if I have to see it, we all have to see it. Okay. All right. Well, so here's Amber and Lala talking about the new podcast. This is just going to be a mess. And nobody asked for this. Why is Hollywood and entertainment always giving us stuff that nobody asked for? Nobody asked for this. All right. Here we go. Amber's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I mean, she just looks so beautiful.
On January 8th, and Lala and I, it's called Unlikely Affair. We're really excited about it. I feel like this is something that people have wanted for a really long time because...
Liar. No, who asked for this? What? Huh? What? These pseudo celebrities tell this to themselves. I think they do. Even Amber's like, I don't think anyone asked for it. I think we're trying to get some coins, get some money. No, I've never. And I've been dialed into the Bravo verse for forever. Nope, wrong. Yep, exactly. Naomi says wrong. Nobody asked for it. Nobody asked for this. Wrong. With all the G's. Wrong, gong, gong. It's so wrong, it's wrong, gong, gong. Thank you, IDK. What to put there? So I put this as my name. So good to see you. Our little Irish friend. All right. Thank you so much for super chat. No one cares about Sheen or not even Lala. Seriously. It's crazy. But these people always, these self-important people, the Laurens are always like, everyone's been asking for this. And you're like, where are the people? I'm going to need some receipts on this. Who asked?
Because it's very uncommon that you get what was once the wife and who was once the mistress together. And
I don't think that's as uncommon as you think. I think there's lots of women that figure out later in life, whoa, are we fighting over that loser with no neck? And then they have kids and they have to make it work and they got to play nice for the sake of the kids so that they can be siblings. I love how Lala, she always thinks she's like reinventing the wheel. She always thinks she has the most novel ideas. Like you guys, this is so, no one has ever seen anything like this. Lala talks about her silly podcast, like their cures for cancer. It's like, right? OMG, it was so long ago. Oh.
We're just like the best of friends. It's going to be something that is.
Amber does not, she doesn't look happy. She must owe someone money. Amber, is she in debt? What's going on? You don't have to do this, Amber. You have actual talent. You don't have to do this. She looks so sad. I would be too. If anyone like Lala Kent ever said, oh, we're the best of friends, to me, I'd be like, oh, this is one of my best friends. Or did I go wrong in life? Yes, Care Bear. Exactly, Care Bear says, she's so damn phony. Her voice is annoying. And I'm really aggravated that she's on season 3 of The Valley. Me too. Hashtag me too. Janine, I don't think she does. I don't know if she still has. She had a makeup business. I never knew a person that bought any Give Them Lala things ever in my life. I don't know. I don't know how these people get their money other than scamming. I have no idea. Allegedly, obviously, for entertainment purposes.
Allegedly.
Evolved and spicy.
Did she say it's evolved, ma'am? Okay, I'm gonna just stop it.
Best of friends. It's gonna be something that is evolved and spicy, a little chaotic, and it's very different. Like, it's a rare podcast that I don't think anyone has heard before.
It premieres on January 8th, and Lala and I, it's called
Okay, so I love how Amber just gets to the facts. She's like, it premieres on January 8th. Please watch it. Clearly, Amber, maybe she's got a big credit card she's got to pay off or something. I don't know. She owes someone something. Allegedly. So it's strictly business. But with Lala, she's like, we're so evolved and we're just friends. It's such a new idea.
Unlikely Affair.
We're really excited about it. I feel like this is something that people have wanted for a really long time because it's very uncommon that you get what was once the wife and who was once the mistress together. And we're just like the best of friends. It's going to be something that is evolved and spicy, a little chaotic, and it's very different. Like, it's a rare podcast that I don't think anyone has heard before.
It premieres on January 8th, and
Amber's like, okay, I got to roast. I'm gonna have to roast the first episode because I think the dynamic is going to be just a train wreck. I think Lala's, because do you ever really forgive a woman who not only had an affair with your husband, but also who put it on television and then also dragged you on social media like there was something wrong with you because this person was having sex with your husband. I don't think you can ever really forgive that. I think you can play nice for the kids, but I think Lala's like, we're the best of friends. And Amber's like, are we? Because you're never going to forget that as a woman. Because I remember years of Lala saying horrible things about Amber. And Lala will say, I was younger, I was drinking, whatever. But we've seen Lala since she's been sober. And I feel like she might be almost worse.
It's not enough.
I don't know. She gets very judgy of other people's drinking and stuff. But yet she just gives me a lot of dry drunk vibes. If you know, you know.
Allegedly.
All right. And she gets in more fights now than she ever did before. So, but I don't think you ever forgive truly, or definitely you don't forget that. But the fact that Lala's like, yeah, you guys, we're like such good friends. Okay. Naomi says Amber's there for the check. I had a feeling. I got a feeling. Woo-hoo. Yep. Oh, Naomi, you saw clips of them on the actual podcast. Okay. Well, we'll roast it when the first episode comes out and see how that goes. Because, oh boy, guys. I have a feeling it's going to be very awkward because she's another Lauren who she doesn't like women. And she doesn't get along with women, obviously. And she attacks them and she thinks of everyone as, all women as her competition, even when they're her friends. So it's very common with the Laurens from Utah, I guess. Okay. So, also previously on Felicity, you guys, yeah, you can't beat a Lala roast. If you guys haven't been around for Lauren from Utah roast, it's you're gonna like it.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
Okay. All right. Do you guys remember when I was telling you about, Trisha? Remember Trisha? Trisha with Web Sleuths, who, had Grayson on, and she was just like, Grayson. What, honey? They did what? They're saying you sent text messages. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I know. What? Are you sure, Grayson? What is going on? What? They did what? Oh my God. Hold on. Let me get up here. Oh my God. What, Grayson? You're a good person, Grayson. You're really great. Everyone loves you. I would love to be your mom, grandma, great grandma. You're great. Okay. No, you should be so proud. You and Lauren should be so proud of yourselves. I don't know these stalkers. Oh my God. What did they do? What happened to them? It's like that Angela, whatever her name is, from the News Nation. Hate her. You and Lauren are perfect. You're beautiful. I love you guys. I don't know what anyone's talking about anything. Trisha. Shout out to Trisha. So we then learned some tea, okay, on the Trisha. And we learned, okay, according to sweet, not stalker Christina, popped in the chat and shared a little bit of tea regarding Trisha. Actually should know what, Lauren was doing and saying, because Trisha herself was allegedly the recipient of multiple screenshots of a conversation Lauren had with someone else. That wasn't Trisha. That weren't that nice, allegedly. Or maybe just she wasn't supposed to see because they weren't with her. So as much as Grayson and Lauren are like, people are sharing our stuff. It seems Lauren allegedly liked to share messages with other people in screenshot form with Trisha. Trisha?
Allegedly.
Trisha? Trisha? Is that true? Is that true? But remember, Trisha played dumb. And she does it so well. We love that. We love that, Trish. She's like, what? Are you sure? Yeah, what are they saying you did? Oh, God. But you know that's what they do, Trisha, because you allegedly have been the recipient. I mean, we're just, asking questions here, kind of. But, yeah. Trisha should maybe check her phone for multiple screenshots of a conversation that Lauren had with someone that she sent to Trisha. And I can give you the date to look on your phone. Trisha!
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
I just, if you guys are going to lie on people, or you're going to play dumb, you better really be dumb. So I'm going to give you the date to check your phone, Trish, and then you get back to us and you tell us if you still don't know what Lauren's capable of or what she does, or that people are really harassing Lauren when really she's sending around private messages she has with someone else. With you. So why don't you go back, Trish, and look June 18th, 2024. If you could check your phone for that. Someone could let Trisha know that apparently Trisha received screenshots from Lauren on January 18th, 2024.
You're despicable.
But they're the victims of harassment and people sharing their messages and hacking them. But yeah, if you need that, let me just put it in the, let's see, June, put it in the chat here for Trisha. June 18th, 2024, Trisha, okay, we'll say please check your phone for screenshots that Lauren sent to you of a conversation she had with someone else. Now, I don't know if I am able to tell you who the person is she had the conversation with. I don't want to overstep here. But there you go. June 18th, 2024. Trisha, go in your phone. Go find your phone. Okay, I don't know. What kind of phone do you guys think Trisha has? I think she's got a couple. I think she's got a flip phone too. But she's probably got an Android. Okay, something like that. No offense to Android users or anything, but I assume she has like an older Android phone. So I'm right here, June 18th, 2024. Check your phone for screenshots that Lauren sent to you of a conversation she had with someone else. So, but why isn't Ashley Banfield allowed to have different opinions? I don't know because she knows it all. Okay. If Trisha's in the chat. Oh, yeah, she has a BlackBerry. She has a BlackBerry. Like Android, BlackBerry. So, Trisha, come on. I hope for better for you, girl. But yeah, apparently you got quite a few screenshots, I think. Yeah. Yeah, allegedly. I mean, that's what the streets are saying. Trisha. Let's see what you guys are saying. Mrs. 00420 says, in my opinion, Grayson's in love with Lauren, and Lauren wants to be Annie Lease. You know what? In your opinion, is right on the money there, Miss 004. Because I agree. that is exactly what's going on.
Cease and desist. You sent a cease and desist.
You sent a cease and desist. Grayson was probably obsessed with Annie Elise prior. And now she's obsessed with Lauren. And now she's like, do you want I'll give you some of Lauren or some of Annie's stories. So it's just crazy. It's so silly that these ladies just lie so much and they lie on other people and try to ruin people's lives when really they're just as dirty. Trisha, I want to hear from Trisha. Trisha, what did you think on June 18th, 2024? June 18th, 2024, when Lauren allegedly sent you a bunch of screenshots of a conversation she had with someone else. Why would she send you screenshots of a conversation she didn't have with you, but with someone else? For what? And a bunch of them. That's just weird, right? You guys, especially for people who, like Lauren, who were claiming that she was hacked. And then Trisha, you platform that to your audience. When Grayson was trying to sell you that, that they're victims of what? They were never able to prove it. But, yeah. Yeah, apparently you were sent a bunch of them. What did you think? Were you worried like, oh God, if she's sending a bunch of screenshots to me of conversations she's had with other people, private, that's what Lauren loves to say, private, her and Grayson private conversations. Did you ever think she might do it to me if she does it to other people? Maybe Trisha just didn't, maybe she didn't understand what was going on. She's like, I don't know how to open up a screenshot. Huh? What do you do there? What's going on? I think, what did Lauren send? What's happening here? She sent me pictures of words. I don't got my readers. I can't see. No, thank you. Okay, so Trisha was saying too close to her BlackBerry. She couldn't read what she said. Oh my goodness. Stacey wasn't available to assist. Stacey had a big shift. She was at Circle K, all the love to Stacey. Stacey's, she's got a lot on her plate. She's trying to be the executive producer for Trisha while working, full-time job, while not having a mic. So, you guys, seriously, I'm going to get back for Trisha. So, what's the deal? Oh, let me see. Oh, that's up a little bit because I got to be like this for Trisha. Okay. Guys, I don't understand what's going on. Why is everyone going after LaurenMatthias? She's great. She's great. Her and that Grayson, oh God, they're so good. They're so good. I think there. Okay, there we go, Joleen. Now we're getting it. What? I don't even know what a screenshot is. Do you want to talk about John Benet Ramsey? No, we don't. Are you sure? God, I love talking about that for some reason. Butt Nugget. There's Butt Nugget. That's my dog. Yeah, no, you're great, Grayson. You're doing great. You're doing a great job, sweetie. You're doing great. I would be proud. Everyone should be proud of you. It's horrible what's happening to you. What'd they say Lauren did? Yeah, she sent me something to my BlackBerry, and I was like, what is this? What's she doing? I thought she got hacked. I thought someone hacked her. Yeah. I threw the phone on the ground and I hit it with my bong. Yeah. And I never used it again because I thought it was possessed. I also was on LSD, but that's neither here nor there. Stacey, are you there? Stacey? Yeah, exactly, Stacey. Whatever the fuck you just said. That sounds great. Stacey's researching this for me. What is a screenshot? And do I have a bunch from LaurenMatthias? Do I? Are you sure? I don't know. I just got rid of that phone. Yeah, bad vibes. I gave it to the Goodwill, I think. Or I might have disposed of it where Brian Higgins sent his phone. I don't remember. But Ashley Banfield, she can go to hell because she is putting out false information. I'm putting out a little false information, but that's okay. It's different when it's Trishy. Okay. All right. That's enough. That's enough, Joleen. That's enough. I'm having too much fun. You guys, I'm having too much fun. Okay. We got to move this desk back down. Get with it, Joleen. Okay. Come on, Trish. Trish is like, what? Huh? I don't think so. I don't want to let me read some of my comments here. So see if that Sharon McBlockbuster's in the chat. Okay. She hit her with the, what do you mean she hit her with a bunion? Do you know that John Ramsey sucks? How dare you talk about bunions when John Ramsey clearly sucks? It's horrible people. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, Terry, what, Tenny? Are you in my phone? Are you hacking me too? Like LaurenMatthias got hacked? Yeah, I that's the exact number of texts I have. 7,366 unread texts. How do you know that? My blood pressure's rising. Oh, Stacy, say something. Help me out. Oh, my temperature's rising. Okay, whatever, Stacy. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but she's my executive producer here. How about you, Cottonmouth? Huh? Again. You turned the miracle ear up.
I've fallen and I can't get
Cottonmouth.
up.
You gotta. No, I should be like Cottonmouth. Remember when we found out he had a mic and he found out he had a mic and he was up here and he was like, how do what is he? What is he saying? Stacy?
John Ramsey.
Yeah, I like that part. Fuck John Ramsey. Yeah, that's a good. Okay. How about you, cynical? And then just crickets. What is going on with my mic now? I'm doing my mic, you guys. Okay, I gotta stop having so much fun. I mean, I gotta get with it. We gotta get with it here, Trisha. But I just want to help Trisha. You know, I don't even want to shame Trisha. It's more, I don't know if Trisha knows that she has these screenshots on her phone. So Trisha, go back in your phone. Okay. Again, June 18th, 2024. And you should have Lauren texting you a bunch of screenshots of a conversation she had with someone else. Okay. And just see if you can find them. See if you can find them, baby girl. See if you can find them. Just take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Thank you so much. Hawkeyes Loves Nature. Thank you very much for coming in with a super chat here. Saying, please do the running in the office with Lauren. Oh my God. I gotta get a little coat for that. Okay. I gotta make a clip. I'll make a clip of when I did that for sure and post it, a shorter version. So you can always go to it when you need a good laugh. Because we had Lauren. Okay. I can't not deliver for you guys. I can't not deliver, you know? Okay. Lauren. I gotta get my jacket on, Lauren. I gotta get my jacket on, Lauren. All right, you cutie patooties. We gotta get Laurened up, okay? This jacket did once fit me. It did once fit me. That was a long time ago, clearly. Okay, so let's get my belt on. Okay. You guys are I'm gonna lose if I keep up I'm gonna lose some weight in 2026 if we keep these up. So again, we have Lauren. Let's get my light going. Smash that like. When she's in her office with the boys in her office, we lost his phone. She's like, did you lose your phone? Did you lose your phone? You lost your phone. That's hilarious. Shut up. Like, who took it? You think I took it? Ah! Did you gonna take my phone? Don't. Oh my God, he's taking my phone. God, stop. You guys, stop. Stop. Knock it off. Oh my God. Don't take my phone. Where are you guys going with my phone? Stop. Stop. Oh my God, you guys. Stop. 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 Okay. That's as much as we can do for me to be able to speak after this, okay? Without me being completely out of breath. But stop. You guys, maybe I'll keep my stand-up desk. I need to stand up more. So this makes me, if anything, stand up. I'm wearing like the worst bra today to be running around. There's like no support left in it. So I was like, oh, sorry. This is also doubles as my middle-aged lady OnlyFans. But you gotta stop.
Research showing that revenge is an addictive that it's in many ways, the desire for revenge is more addictive than all the drugs you can imagine that are addictive.
Thank you, Dr. John. Tell that to your wife. Tell that to your wife, sir. All right? Don't tell that to us. Reality with Krista Marie. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, hi, perfect parody. You just did Reading Rainbow. I spit my coffee out because I do something with that. I don't know what's happening, but I'm here for it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Reality with Krista Marie. And thank you, Teardrops, for becoming a member. You guys, you know, I can't pass up a parody or a chance to just be a total weirdo. So thank you. Thank you. Breathing heavy today. Carolina, heavy today. So, all right. So we got that happening. The John Matthias. That's what we have to do. Well, first, okay. Yeah, we got to do the John. You guys, we got to read the John Matthias blog. I don't know what it is about this couple, but they have the cringiest blogs that they wrote. And now a lot of us blogged back in the day. You know, I loved a comedic blog, but these two really take themselves very seriously with these blogs. So apparently this blog, shout out to Reddit, is where I saw it. And let me send this over to myself so we can see it on the big screen. But this is a blog from Dr. John Matthias. Dr. John from a while back. And now all these receipts coming out. I watched Hella's entire video that she did exposing Dr. John Matthias and him trying to get a PDF files sentence reduced by 10 years. And how the government and the courts were like, please don't believe this man who's getting paid to try to lessen the time spent in jail by an admitted PDF file by 10 years, because he didn't even do the proper things and tests that he needs to do. So it's just, either it's just blatant ignorance, willful ignorance, or he'll sell his soul for the almighty dollar and help anybody. But a lot of people were comparing him to the expert witness, Shannon Burgess from the Karen Reed trial. And we talked about that a little bit yesterday, but pretty on point there. Oh no, where did his blog go? My phone's like, we don't want you to look at this blog because it's so horrible, but we'll find it here. But knowing all these things about Dr. John and all of the embellishments or lies, you could say, that he had allegedly on his resume, between what people are pulling up now. Très intéressant, as the French say. And just sick. The guy that John, the PDF file that John was trying to get their time lessened, had an egregious PDF file. who had already reoffended, had already shown that he wasn't going to stop. And then John tried to claim that this guy, when he was young, he had stuff happen to him by maybe his dad, but then the guy actually said, no, my dad didn't, but the mom had suggested something. And then it was all just, nothing. Oh, here it is. It's right here. It just, none of it. It didn't make sense. Like, John, that's a serious, serious job. The fact that LaurenMatthias allegedly was so willing to take money from someone to get the sentence lessened for a PDF file to get him back out there sooner, to most likely hurt more children, and was making every excuse for this guy. Also, while being called out by the state or the government for not doing the appropriate tests. And you got to watch Hella if you haven't already, his video. Every Day with Jay also covered it. I watched her video today from yesterday, and it's horrible. I'm like, I knew Dr. John sucked, but he sucks. And it's truly insane, as a lot of people are pointing out, to think this is also the same man, and Christina has obviously pointed this out because it happened to her life, who was trying to so he's trying to get a PDF files sentence reduced while trying to put Christina, a mother of 4, in jail, prison, away from her kids for tiki-takis.
You're despicable.
Like, a man who claims to be a professional, a psychologist. That's horrible. It's horrible. Thank you, AKA the Cat Lady. Check your email. I just sent you a bullet point list of John's adventures. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Because I know I had it open here. I might have to just go to Reddit and see if I can just click it again. Because I know Reddit had listed what John's claiming, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy is he's a liar. Okay? Obviously, my opinion.
Allegedly.
Well, do you look like a liar, sir? And I can't believe that you guys did all this stuff to try to get Christina locked up for tiki-takis. Meanwhile, Lauren, your husband, John, he's out there trying to get PDF files, lessen sentences. How do they justify that? What's the justification with that? I mean, that's insane. How do you not see that? You're gross. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, because Christina posted on her TikTok, she says, in 2021, my ex-friend's husband, a licensed psychologist, petitioned the court for leniency for a convicted child S offender. For me, he petitioned the court for the harshest punishment, jail time, and an ankle monitor, despite no crime. All Christina did was state her opinion on her feelings of LaurenMatthias and how she does people dirty. And she didn't even name her. But she could. It's legal for me to say, I think LaurenMatthias sucks. And no one should show up at my door. Police shouldn't show up at my door. No one should think it's harassment. It is my right to have that opinion, to say it. Lauren, the same way you and John get to be on your channel and say a whole bunch of crazy things, But here we are. She says, let me emphasize, they tried to take me, a mother of 4, away from my children, despite no wrongdoing on my part, just that they didn't like what she said. Then we find out about John Matthias. The truth has a way of coming to the surface, and Christina was one of the people. Remember how afraid Lauren and John were that people, when we first watched the 9-hour live, when I was like, I don't know what's going on. And now it all makes sense, because remember how they were like, oh, they're looking into John's background. They're looking into John's, career. They're contacting UNLV. They're looking for his LinkedIn. Yeah, If you, claim to be all of these things and have all of these certifications and degrees, and you claim to be a professional, there should be record of everything that you're claiming that you've done and the degrees you have and the expert, you should be able to, you should almost have to, I think, show proof that, hello, here's why I am someone that you should listen to regarding this. Because these are serious issues they're talking about. It's not like they're just running around in ill-fitted coats and doing parodies like me. They're talking about serious shit. And they have a lot of influence on a lot of people. Over 300,000 subscribers. Plus the audio podcast. People trust them. And Christina had some questions. And they were like, oh my God. And they were really trying to silence her on this. And then it comes out through, shout out to Excited Utterance and the channels that are, exposing John and his qualifications or lack thereof. So it says the truth always has a way of coming to the surface. He has never testified as an expert in federal court. Has never testified as an expert to adult psychosexual evaluations or recidivism. And the last time he testified as an expert was in 2011 in family juvenile court proceedings.
Allegedly.
Dr. Redacted is a person who has never been accepted as an expert in the field of adult sex offender recidivism. You can find the full court docket on the subreddit dedicated to bringing the truth to light. Thank you, Hella, for finding this information. And that was also, all of that was included on Christine's post. Oh, God. It's crazy. The truth always eventually comes out. And they were really, it makes more sense now as Dr. John's being exposed, why they were trying to freaking, silence people. Doesn't make it right. But now I see why.
Cease and desist. You sent a cease and desist.
Because it looks like Dr. John doesn't have everything he says he does. All of his credits and accreditation, sir, and what we can find on you, like taking out for this PDF file to spend less time in jail and having the government have to go, can we not with this guy, John Matthias? Because he didn't do this right. How much did they, I would love for John to let us know, how much did they pay you, John, to take up for this dude? For you to be the expert or consult, how much did you get paid by his defense? I don't know how all that works. I'm not a really smart alleged Princeton psychologist like you, buddy. But how much does it take to sell your soul? And it's also terrifying as you go down the rabbit hole of this, as people expose them to think how many stories and cases these two do regarding children. Where the only proof we've seen of John and, his psychosexual evaluations or recidivism for PDF files is him doing it wrong, apparently, and taking up for said PDF file and trying to get him less time. Mom B, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Says, I'm so over YouTube drama. I'm here for the sarcasm and laughs. Recently found your channel. It's keeping me sane. Oh, so funny. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mom B. Thank you for the kind words. And for the super chat, I appreciate that. AKA Cat Lady says, John, thank you for the super chat, says, John has survived a buffalo stampede, grizzly bear. I know, Mom, I gotta find this fucking thing. I gotta get it. You guys, this blog is ridiculous. This man is a liar. There's a man in the snow and he's a liar, allegedly. Okay? At this point, hidden true crime. And only more stuff is going to come out. Like, people are finding shit. They're finding your shit. But I really think these people just are so up their own asses, and they really think they're so important, and they're above it all, that they're like, no, we're going to be okay. We can get out of this. I don't know. I might call it. I would call it if I were you. I don't know. What do I know? Again, I'm not, I wasn't the reporter for the chocolate bacon at the Utah Fair. So I'm just a silly lady who likes to make the funnies. Vintage AF, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, you are an absolute riot. You brighten my day whenever you're on. That is so sweet of you to say. Happy New Year to you and your hubby. Happy New Year to you, Vintage. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the kind words. All right. Let me find this here. Apologies, guys. I opened it last night on my phone, and my phone must have been like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We don't like John. John can go to hell. John can suck it. John can go to hell and suck it. That's the song I made up in my head right now. Oh, someone shared Dr. John's Princeton thesis. Oh my God. Oh my God. Someone shared that I'm live. Thank you. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Boop-a-doo. Where is it here? Because we really got to read the blog. Now, I love that people just put the highlights in, but we really got to read the blog. From expert witness, John Matthias. And his low-risk evaluation of offender against government claims. His opinions can't be trusted. I mean, the government had to come on and go, dude, you can't trust this guy's opinions. All right. Ugh. Not good for this forensic psychologist, examiner man. I mean, that was the whole marketing of the channel, to be like, watch us. My annoying husband, who has a very fragile ego, is a psychologist, and he's going to react to stuff. It's going to be so great. But, oh, Johnny boy. Oh, no. Where is it, you guys? Now I can't find it. Shooties. Sorry, I feel like I just, put water on all our boners over here. I got us all excited, and now I can't find it. All right, smash that like if you haven't already. Thank you for your patience with me as I look for this. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Mad Chatter. Hit the like. Let me try to search John blog. Something should pop up for that. I got Turtle Boy. They have a list of students. Dang, John. Oof. They're putting it all out there. We got some salutes. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding this link again. If anyone has the link, feel free to send it to me, joleenreacts@gmail.com. If you don't mind. Sorry. This is not fun keeping you hanging as I try to also read through and find. I think it was in the comments of a Reddit post. So thank you, Sassy Cassie. Thank you so much. Hi, Dolly. Good to see you. Lauren is the breadwinner. Big Mama. Big Mama, the breadwinner. Yeah, Dolly, your cats are adorable, and it was really adorable. I saw in a stream your cats were playing And you were like, they're getting along. And I know that it's, yes, it's very, with the cats. I mean, if you can get cats that aren't getting along to get along, it's like, oh, as a cat parent, you're just like, okay, now I feel safe leaving them alone together and stuff. Luckily, producer Prince and producer Cordelia were a bonded pair that we adopted at the Humane Society. But our cat before, Tilly, she just, there's those cats and they're like, do not bring me home another cat. Okay. Do not bring me home another cat. Let me just put it for you guys. Joleen reacts at gmail.com. Here we go. So I thought it was really sweet that you were like, I was like, that's a good cat dad right there. That's a good cat dad. Yeah, Emilio, she is going to, she'll be having to pay John. Lauren's stuck. I feel like she's stuck. And remember, this is their art. They call it art, which is interesting. They call it art. Or if anyone knows the name of the title of the Reddit post that this link is in, feel free to put it in the chat. Or you can email me, joleenreacts@gmail.com. Nicola, very interesting. Yes, Dr. John has a habit of separating abuser from their abuse. That's very troubling. And I thought Lauren was abused. How does it work? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. But yeah, with everything that Hella found on the PDF file that he was taken up for, even the way he, was saying, oh, well, I mean, it happened to him, even though allegedly didn't happen to him. It was very scary. Thank you, Rev Kim Love. I'll check my email. I will check that out. Thank you for sending that my way. Thank you, Eileen Forward. Please tell Busy. Oh, Busy Blow. Glad to see you. I just got busy. I just finally checked my mail. Neurodivergent love. Shout out to all my neurodivergents. I just remembered I had a mailbox and I checked it and I got Busy and Tay's Christmas card. So I got to text him and be like, oh, I got your Christmas card. But thank you for the super chat. So, okay, you sent the email. Thank you, Kelly Kel. Thank you, you little sweetie. You cutie patootie. I appreciate you so much. As I sit here with holding my ween going, oh, well, where is this? Okay. Where did I put this? Because I thought I'm going to open it up on my phone and be so ready tomorrow. We'll talk about it. And then I can't find it. I probably opened up World Market or something and it just went away. So who knows? Okay. Let's see. Oops. Wrong email. I'm going to get to my Joleen Reacts. There we are. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kelly Kell. Put your hearts in the chat for Kelly Kell. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're beautiful. You are
Cease and
beautiful.
desist. You sent a cease and desist.
I will never cease and desist you. And thank you, AKA Cat Lady, also for being a member for a month and sending me a link. I appreciate that. You guys are fantastic. Beautiful pumpkin spice babies. And Liz Dumbrell, $67.99 says, I think John thought of the whole scam to stop LM moving into a new job. She was obviously up for it. I mean, Dr. John, and some of those screenshots that Dolly and Hella were showing of the conversations where Lauren was in a group chat, but she was sending paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. I thought it was a chat for the group. And she was just sending these Dr. John-like dissertations, not even a conversation, with hashtags. Hella was like, she put hashtags in her group chat. What? I could see that if you're like making a joke, like, yeah, hashtag, John's tight sweater, I don't know. But she it was pretty clear that it looked like it was just Dr. John spewing shit and Lauren putting this in a group chat. But it was really him. I was like, what? Yeah, it was 5 pages. My cat's name is Karen. I love that your cat's name is Karen. 5 pages of just bullshit if I'm in a group chat and you send me 5 pages of bullshit from your stupid husband, I'm going to block you. You're blocked now. Like, you are so blocked. It's horrible. It's horrible. Okay, here we go. I got it. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who sent me this link. Okay, back to this. Now, this is on the Strive Psychology Discover Your Wild. Now, is Strive Psychology the place is that the problematic Jody Hildebrand place? I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that more before I say anything. We're dedicated to helping children, teenagers, and adults thrive. Our mission is to provide comprehensive care support. I don't know. That's his business? Is it one of those creepy Utah camps? Those kidnap you in the middle of the night camps? Okay, I'll have to look at that at a separate time. But this is his Strive Psychology business. Oh good. Just sounds creepy. And Dr. John, I don't know what the date is that he wrote this. I think I'm just going to start calling him John because I don't even know if he's a doctor. Okay, he's a doctor of bullshit. But this is on his business website. If you guys want to find it, let me drop the link for you guys in the live chat in case you want to go there. Take some time really looking into this. Oh, you guys are so smart. So allegedly this came out in 2018. And here's the link. All right. Let's read it. It's time. Okay. We're like Mariah Carey. It's time. I can't hit that note. I can't hit any notes. So here we go. All right. So this is a blog post from John, from Big John. We're going to call Big John. Then it makes me think he's got like a cool truck or something. Big Boy John. We're going Big Boy John. This is from Big Boy John. Wrote this. In Praise of All Things Wild, a short autobiography by Dr. John. Because what? Lauren and John, they love nothing more than talking about themselves. They love it. So now he's going to ruin where the wild things are for all of us. A childhood classic. All right, Big Boy John says, when I was 5 years old, my mother accelerated onto the ramp of Willow Road outside of Chicago, and the side door, which had been slightly ajar, inadvertently swung open, tossing my unsuspecting body out onto the highway like someone losing control of an empty brown McDonald's bag sitting in the back seat of the car for days and waiting to be thrown out. That is melodrama. That's okay. Calm down, Ann Sexton. Like, he wishes. It's too much. It's too much. That's too much. Losing control of an empty brown McDonald's bag sitting in the back seat of the car for days and waiting to be thrown out. What kind of dirty McDirt are you? You can't throw your trash away. How old was Dr. John Matthias in 2018? 60? God, I bet he thought this is good writing. Instinctively, I rolled onto the pavement at 40 miles per hour and tucked into the fetal position when I spied a semi-truck, okay, approaching from behind. My outstretched arms hit the pavement. Baby Dr. John. How old was he again in this? 5. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, fine.
It's not enough.
Okay. So he rolled onto the pavement at 40 miles an hour and tucked into the fetal position when I spied a semi-truck approaching from behind. My outstretched arms hit the pavement, tearing the skin open and leaving a 2-foot-long trail of blood painted along the white lines of the highway. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. Hey, John Matthias fell on the highway when he was 5 years old. Okay. All right. This seems like, okay. Oh boy. The white lines of the highway. Just blood everywhere. When I curled my knees into my body, the pool of blood soaked into my t-shirt. Was it a Batman t-shirt? The truck swerved slightly, trying to avoid me, But the driver realized the futility of such last-minute adjustment, and he swung the truck directly over my motionless body. What in the Matrix fuck is this? What in the Neo is going on? He was like, like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. You're not the Oracle, and we're not doing this. Oh, good God. Yes, this little please. The truck swerved slightly. Please. Drips of corrosive diesel engulfed my body. The engine wailed and hummed as the brakes screeched in a last-ditch effort to right the truck. The muffler grazed my shoulder, shredding my t-shirt and skin like Master Shredder. The semi-truck thrust me out its entrails without much fanfare. What the fuck does that even mean? Speak English, sir. Holy hyperbole. Like, what in the world? This reminds me of the melodramatic poetry I used to write and make my mom read. Or I would read it to my mom too. It was very embarrassing. There's no, who at 5 remembers this much? Like, what? Yeah, someone got out their thesaurus. They got the thesaurus out.
You're despicable.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna send him
Cease and desist. You sent a cease and desist.
Stop this. Yes, pretentious assholes is right. He's plagiarized Chad Daybell's books. What, Haley? What? Well, I mean, yeah, he was Batman, Kelly Kell. That's a good point. Okay. All right, let's keep going. From the corrosive diesel engulfed my body. What the fuck? What? Oh, God. When the driver pulled over to the side of the road, everyone, including my mother, assumed I was dead. Ongoing traffic swerved to avoid my motionless body, still tucked in the middle of the busiest highways in suburban Chicago. Can I get a fact check from some Chicagoans, from some Chi-Town peeps? Is that one of the busiest highways in suburban Chicago? Until I gathered myself, stood up. He gathered himself at 5. Wow. Stood up and ran across the road to safety. From across the 4-lane divide, I could see my mother crying. It was the first and last time I ever witnessed my mother crying. The truck driver told my mother that he had heard a loud thud sound as his truck careened over my body, and he knew I had been instantly killed. It's a story for the kids. It was the muffler swiping my shoulder. What? The truck driver had been crying too. Everyone's crying. So truck driver's crying. I don't know. My dad was a truck driver. I don't really cry very much. But maybe. My body's brief immobility in the middle of the road only added to the worries. So basically, he's just saying the fact that he laid there motionless for a little bit made people worry. And then he got up because he gathered himself as a 5-year-old. He gathered his shredded skin. What in the hell is going on? My mother asked me if I was hurt. I said no. What do you mean you said no? What? I have one of my earliest memories, and I think I was older than 5, but I can't even remember that much, was waking up in the back seat of my car. My grandma's in the passenger seat. My mom's driving, I think. I was in the back seat with my grandma's dog, who I think was Mondale at the time, because she always had dachshund, wiener dogs. They were the best. But the dog, I had gotten a new London Fog coat, rose colored with flowers on it. I was obsessed. It was kind of a longer one. I felt so special and pretty. And I woke up I fell asleep in the back seat. I woke up and the dog had either defecated or shit all over me. And that's still blurry to me. I don't remember what my mom said. I don't remember what, I assumed they were like, oh my God. But the fact that they didn't notice until I woke up and was like, something happened. Because they were probably, chain smoking. It was the 80s, and listening to music. So they're like, she's fine. Who knows if we even had seatbelts on at that time? Probably not. And they were probably hotboxing. This is for the baby's lungs. But even that, I don't know more specifics than that. But that is like a memory that sits in my brain for some reason. And, I love dogs. Like I was like, it's not the dog's fault, but I remember being like, oh my God, what happened to me? Did I fall out of the car onto a shit farm? Like, I don't know. This is crazy. Okay. All right. My mother asked me if I was hurt. I said no. Even then, I was learning the value of being stoic.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yep, that's what you were learning. We drove home without any discussion of my incident. That sounds healthy. My mother never told my father about the accident. Oh boy, that's not good. And there was no visit to the hospital. But I thought your skin was shredded. Like, what are you, a fucking X-Men? Did you just reskin yourself? What happened? You fell out and you got shredded and the muffler hit you and you just, okay. There was no visit to the hospital, even though my body hurt for months afterwards. Blood soaked my t-shirt and blue jeans. Your dad must have just been smoking and not paying attention too then. You walk in, your dad's like, I'm not looking. Is that my son? My 5-year-old son covered in blood? Oh, well. Like, what? Oh, boy. And you should have went to the hospital. I mean, John Mayer told you your body's a wonderland. He loses his hands. He's creepy. John probably really likes John Mayer. From that moment forward, the accident was relegated to a complete silence. For nearly 40 years, they never spoke about it, you guys. As if it only existed in some imaginary world that children inhabit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's called It Didn't Happen.
It never happened. It's an urban legend that never happened.
Maybe that's why they didn't talk about it. Okay. Moving on. Even though my body hurt for months afterwards. Blood soaked, blah, blah, blah. From that moment forward, the accident was relegated to complete silence for nearly 40 years, as if it only existed in some imaginary world that children inhabit in the Upside Down. As if the entire incident had merely been a Looney Tunes cartoon. Oh, it's Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon. That's so cute. And I was the road runner who got unscathed from under the anvil every time.
God is a man made up by other men to tell them that they're special.
Except I wasn't unscathed. My body had healed, but the emotional wounds from the accident cut an invisibly cavernous swath. A cavernous swath. I don't even know what swath is. Within my small 5-year-old body that ran deep and wide. What in the fuck? Touching every capillary and blood vessel, running into and out of my heart, and every nerve ending and axon seeking entrance and exit from my brain.
I'm having chest pain.
No, we're not going to do that. What the fuck? I don't... Moving on. The nightmares began suddenly and without warning. On the evening of the accident, a semi-truck rolling down the freeway, out of control, swerving frantically, plowing directly into my body on perpetual repeat over and over. I awakened 20 times on that first night. How the fuck do you remember this? You were 5. Like, what in... You... No. 20 times! Every time my head hits the pillow, I meet that same semi-truck again and again. Rolling on down the road. Rolling down the road. Okay. Rolling down the road and heading in only one direction. Oh, one direction. Shout out to Harry Styles. Every morning I awake without rest. My pillow and sheets drenched in sweat. Oh, talk to me. Talk to perimenopausal Jolene. I know that feeling. It's not just at night. Now, it's all the time. You couldn't handle perimenopause, John. You fucking dick. Okay, stop it, Joleen. I can't.
Top titty 2x4 to end the game.
I want John Matthias to have perimenopause. He deserves it. I don't. Okay? We don't. None of us do. He does. All right, so he's having night sweats and he's waking up. Like, what do you think? You're special for that? Like, women deal with that and we don't even, no matter what happens to us, we deal with that. I began to turn on my bedroom light each night to make the nightmares subside. They continue, unabated. Same truck, same story, same results, on repeat, over and over. Eventually, the semi-truck evolves into a train. And then the train becomes an airplane. Holy planes, trains, and automobiles. The objects become larger and more foreboding with each passing week, each one rolling head-on directly into my child's body and fragile psyche. The ingenuity of the imagination is limitless, especially if survival depends upon it. As my small head lays down, the terror goes up. There are many sleepless nights, many nights when I awake screaming from night terrors. Each dream has the same underlying theme: destruction, violence, death. Slowly over time, these objects of death begin to transform. The trucks become wild predators. The trains become amorous, monsters. The planes become vampires. Monsters, those objects of social disruption and mayhem, those objects displacing the status quo, those objects assaulting our safety and complacency, begin to creep into my dreams until they become an obsession. And my obsession just went, okay. I'm watching monster movies whenever I can, even though I'm much too young to understand them. My mother allows it because she experiences such guilt. Okay, leave it. He's going to blame a woman. John Matthias has been blaming women forever. Oh my God. Why didn't you buckle the safety belt yourself, Johnny? I don't understand. Of course. How do we know? He's making excuses for men PDF files, but mommy's fault. Oh my God. She experiences such guilt. My other two siblings sleep soundly because they didn't care. They were like, what? Who's John? What's going on here? In bed, as I burn the midnight oil in front of horror movies. Oh, this explains a lot. I build models of monsters. I clip pictures of the most frightening images I can find, keeping them in a spiral notebook as if somehow classifying and binding them can keep them at bay. It doesn't work. It's too late. The creatures have been loosed upon my imagination. Okay. I now understand that these monsters symbolize death, plain and simple, staking a massive claim on my naively impressionistic mind. No child left behind. No, he says, no child should have to face the constant threat of death every day, whether real or imaginary. I had joined admittance into an unenviable club of children facing terminal illnesses, war, cancer, and severe abuse. Although no one understood the magnitudes of my symptoms at the time. Oh my God. These two have a way of just making their bullshit on the same level of things that it's not. You guys, stop it. This is crazy. He's comparing himself to kids who went through war, cancer, and severe abuse because he fell out of the car on the freeway. Going 40 miles an hour. Allegedly. Okay. Today I would have been diagnosed with childhood post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh, Jesus. My symptoms were classic: constant flashbacks, nightmares, depression, anger, isolation, fear, and insomnia. These two just need to check the victim card. If they can't be the victim and compare these horrible tragedies to like #us too, they don't know what to do with themselves. They do not know what to do with themselves. Oh my God. On most days, the PTSD club door remained locked, and there was no way out except to venture into my turbulent dreams, which greeted me with the slight relief of engaging the monsters head on. At least in my dreams, I could confront my enemies head on, even as I lost every battle I fought. During the day, my flashbacks were incessant, bombarding me with a frequency and intensity that would be hard to describe. I remember one day in first grade, again, who the fuck remembers first grade? In first grade, when my body was so soaked with sweat that the teacher believed I had fallen into a pond. Not a pond, John. Did you follow that? Fallen into a pond. She asked me if I had somehow, during recess, taken a swim in a nearby pond. I said, no. No, teacher, I can't swim. Okay, they all float down. Except for me, teach. I had stayed inside the entire time. He's an indoor kid. Let's be honest. He's an indoor kid. The constant sweats became uncontrollable anxiety, now pervading every night and day of my young existence. By age 6, I had lost control of my body to an unrelenting anxiety. My mind refused to focus on thoughts other than traumatic ones, and my shame for these perverse concessions was becoming unbearable. I fell into a dark childhood depression. Oh boy. My response to these circumstances was isolation, spending increasingly large amounts of time in nature. Don't lie, John. We saw you climb up those arches for the proposal. Don't lie. You looked like a new visitor. Okay? A small tributary of the Chicago River ran behind our home, and I spent most of my free time either in or on the river, trying desperately to fathom its secrets. Perhaps a glimpse into the mysteries of the river might, I can never say that word, ashwanda. I gotta look it up real quick because I want to be able to like say it properly. Okay, let me hear it. Assuage. Okay, a glimpse into the mysteries of the river might assuage my pain. Assuage takes me away to where I'm going. Assuaging. So they should change sailing to assuaging takes me away. Okay. Assuage my pain, if only momentarily, bitches. If the heart is a lonely hunter, what in the Carson McCullers is going on? Was John an English major? Don't you talk about Carson McCullers. Don't you talk about The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. You didn't read it. Don't ever pull out a Carson McCullers book. Okay? And try to tell us something. Oh my God. If he does. I loved Carson McCullers in college. Read the shit out of Carson McCullers. Shout out to The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. This dick. Don't appropriate my books. Your wife already appropriated my side piece, John Quinones. Okay? You dick. All right. Assuage. If the heart is a lonely hunter, then I had been marooned on an island in the middle of the Chicago River, unable to swim to shore, even with my home in sight. I was lonely beyond compare, trapped in a body and mind that only knew despair and pain. He should just ended there. Beyond compare and despair. We're getting rhymey. At 6 years old, I saw no way out. Oh my God, sir. Right. Alice says, this blog post goes on for 84 years. It's the heart of the... Do you know John Matthias was on the Titanic too? Mm-hmm. He escaped the Titanic, allegedly. So there you go. There you go. So at 6 years old, he saw no way out. My mother always watched me from afar. Remember his mother, she said, she's guilty. Aware of my suffering and isolation. Aware of our secret. You know our secret, Mommy? Don't you know our secret, Mommy? Remember when I fell out of the car, Mommy? And you never told Daddy? And I shredded my skin and my jeans were full of blood. And you assuaged me. Remember that, Mommy? Oh my God. He has created some mother issues. He just can't wait to blame a woman for being an asshole. Aware of my suffering and isolation, aware of our secret. We have a secret, Mommy. That's some Norman Bates shit right there. She felt powerless to intervene and afraid to broach a taboo topic. What's the taboo topic? Oops, I forgot to put the seatbelt on my son. I left the back door open, oh baby. Oops, I drove on the freeway and my son fell out. I'm not that innocent. Oops, like what are you talking about? Sir, I'm sorry. I was horrible. My apologies to Britney Spears. My apologies to you. But that I have to get out my feelings in dance, in horrible dance. But you know what I'm talking about. One evening, 6 months after the accident, my mother entered my room with a book. It was a slim book, but vibrant, with pictures and strange creatures. At the heart of the book was a small boy named Max. And boy, did he like... No, okay, stop it, Jolene. The book was Where the Wild Things Are. My mother pulled me close and began to read. I was mesmerized. By the end, I had begun to cry. At first, only imperceptibly. Imperceptibly? What the fuck? But my tears quickly gained momentum until they refused to stop. My mother was taken aback, confused. Everything's okay, she said. It's just a book, John. It's only a book, John. Don't try to eat the book, John. No, John. It's not food, John. It's a book. You read it, John. It's just a book. It's never been just a book to John, Mrs. Matthias. But it wasn't just a book. It contained all the magic and mystery and romance of the greatest novels wrapped up into one, especially for a child. No book before or since has had such an impact upon my life. It was my hero's journey, my odyssey, my lifeline, the plot. Max is sent to his room by his mother without dinner for being unruly and acting wild. In his room, he takes an imaginary journey to visit the wild things, where he both plays with and rules over them. Oh, John loved the ruling over them. John was like, yeah, I'm the boss, okay? I'm the PTSD king. Yes, I is. John Matthias. John Matthias. And so he rules over them. He leaves when he misses his family, returning home to a hot meal. Like animal-style fries with bacon. When the bacon doesn't come on the animal-style fries at In-N-Out. It never has. There are onions. There's Thousand Island sauce. But there are no bacon. There is no bacon. It's not animal fries. It's animal style. You can order anything at In-N-Out animal style, even your Sprite, if you so choose. But here we go. Okay. So he was excited about dinner. You want dinner? That's how people get murdered, John. So he goes home to a hot meal. He returns home to maternal love. The level of recognition and hope I experienced after that first reading was indescribable. The tears were real, deep, and heartfelt. I had connected to a profound sense of possibility in Max, one capable of ending my torment. I had my mother read and reread Wild Things every night, sometimes 2 or 3 times each night before sleep. I wanted to venture into the land of Nod with Max every evening. He was my guide, my compass, my soulmate, my love, my lover, my brother lover. Max is sent to his room for being too wild. I was sent to my room so many times for being too wild, consumed by the rage of a child stricken with PTSD. On one occasion before Sunday school, I barricaded my door and refused to attend church. I was 6 years old. That evening, I was forced to remain in my room as punishment. Even after the barricade had been removed, on my first day of school in first grade, I threatened to hurt the teacher if she was too mean to the class. Somebody is a big, big psycho.
You're despicable.
So he was threatening teachers. My mother sent me to my room that evening without dinner. Oh, he didn't forget that, just like he didn't forget Lori Hellis. You're on his shit list, mommy. Alone in my room, I again barricaded the door and refused to come out. Notice how nobody seems to care. There's like, yeah, luckily he just barricades himself in there. Okay? Allegedly. Oh my God, this is so long. I refused to come out. I had only been protecting the other students from harm. Aw, like who the fuck writes themselves as a hero as much as LaurenMatthias? Who does it? This man is Batman. He saved dead animals or animals that were going to die. Remember his Batman story and his dating profile? So I'm not weird and I'm not, threatening an adult with harm. I had only been protecting the other students from harm. He's Batman. I protested. My mother disagreed. To my room I went. Max traveled by private boat to visit the wild things during a torrential downpour. And with the floodgates to the Chicago River open, I decided to launch the small family rowboat into the angry Chicago River. Bullshit.
Allegedly.
He says, I was swept downstream into swirling rapids, barely staying afloat near a small bridge some 30 minutes later. The Chicago Fire Department, can someone pull the FOIA on that? Pulled me to safety as the rowboat had already taken on so much water. It was miraculous. It had remained afloat. My mother referred to this incident as my second life. We now had another secret. Your mom didn't tell your dad again? What the fuck? What is going on in this marriage? I'd be pissed. You're not telling me our son almost got run over by a semi and now he was swept on the Chicago River in a rowboat in first grade? Max's boat never came close to sinking in a raging storm. He played it safe, but not John. John was braver than Max. See how John's making this point? Like, I'm a protector and I'm braver. Max tamed the wild things with his stare and was appointed king of all the wild things. I dug up 110-pound alligator. What the fuck? No, you didn't. Now you dug up an alligator. So you were almost run over by a semi and your skin was shredded. You went down the Chicago River in a rowboat in the first grade. Okay. Robin, right? John, you sit on a throne of lies. You sit on a throne of lies. What is this what mental illness is it where you just create things that didn't happen for attention? What's that one called? Because that's the one I think you got. Oh my God. So now now he's the original crocodile hunter. Okay. All right. So he dug up a 110-pound alligator snapping turtle. What? An alligator snapping turtle during one drought season on the Chicago River. Why is it called is that a thing? I don't even know. A snapping turtle, yes, but an alligator snapping turtle? Whatever. And appointing myself king of the river, I held a stick high above my head, just as Max had waved his staff over the wild things and declared my victory over the same river that 3 months earlier had nearly taken my life. The snapping turtle was later donated to the Chicago Aquarium because it was such a massive, wondrous creature. So LaurenMatthias, as a child, dug up a Chicago Aquarium worthy, level worthy, or whatever, snapping turtle because it was so massive and he's so strong. 110 pounds, you guys. My goal weight. Okay. It's never going to happen, but, dare to dream. Dare to dream. No, 110. I'll take 130. I'll take 130, Alex. Okay. Because it was such a massive and wondrous creature. Max leads a parade of wild things, each one dancing and jumping with glee and abandon until he sends them to bed. I led a procession of frogs and turtles and hamsters and rabbits in and out of the house with reckless abandon until I set them free back into the wilds of the Chicago River. What? So now he's the fucking Chicago River animal king with the frogs and the turtles and the hamsters and the rabbits in the house. Weird. That's serial killer shit. That really is. with reckless abandon until I set them free. So you abducted animals into your home, wild animals, and put them into your home, and then you decided when they should be free. It's kind of like now, what you want your job to be, helping PDF files get lesser sentences. This guy is a fucking, oh my God. He's going to kill us all. If you run into this guy, like, stay away. Seriously, stay away. Don't ask any questions. And so he can't tell no lies. You know what I mean? I need more lip gloss. This is too much. This is too much, sir. This is too much. This man's going to drive us all to drink again. Ay, ay, ay. Max feels lonely and wants to be where someone loved him best of all. He gives up his crown and returns home, even as the wild things threaten to eat him up. More than anything, after my accident, I wanted to feel loved, to be acknowledged and held and reminded of the truism that love conquers all. Fuck. My mother, who held our secret for so long, later confided to me that her mother never held her. Jesus Christ. Never told her how much she loved her, always holding her at the puritanical distance. This is my baby. Don't talk to it, don't touch it, don't hug it, don't love it. It's just a baby. Hold on. She was saving room for God with the baby holding, you guys. Required for relationships to feel safe with that puritanical distance. Love is implicit and unspoken, she said. It's just bad manners to be too effusive with one's emotions. It's just bad manners to be like, I love you, I love you. I realize now my mother lived in an inexhaustible guilt. How do you know? On a humdrum spring morning, without warning, on the way to pick up her son, and with the door slightly ajar, her son falls onto the highway, only inches and seconds, and pure luck saved his life. She forgot to check the door. Or you could have too. Take some personal accountability. You could have checked the door too. At 5, I think I knew, like, I better close this door, right? The door's ajar. Door ajar. I mean, I know John's, 3 times older than me, but, we didn't have a car telling us our door was ajar. We had to look and say, okay. That might be, what do they call it? When it's nature just, deciding, like, are you smart enough to keep living? Like, sir, we're real? Are we doing that? It's all her fault. Why didn't you? I would be like, Mom, even when the dog defecated, whatever happened to me with the dog that day, I told them. I was like, this isn't right. It's not right. My London fog is ruined. How come every time you come around my London fog is all brown? Okay? It's supposed to be rose. And it stinks. What's going on? Yeah, maybe it was a stagecoach. It was the Wells Fargo stagecoach. Maybe. Natural selection. Thank you, Kitty Twister. Oh my God, I love your name. Yeah, maybe it was natural selection. I don't know. Darwin. Something. Yeah. So thank you. Hello, every day with Jay. Yeah. Self-awareness, John. Big boy John. Stop blaming your mom for so much. Like, bro, build a bridge. You're so old now. Oh, God. Okay. Slightly ajar. Her son falls onto the highway only inches and seconds, and pure luck saved his life. She forgot to check the door. She accelerated onto the highway. She knew, although she never spoke about it, that her second son, he's got Jan Brady syndrome, should have died that day. The son would inform you as a psychologist. This is his origin story. So I just wanted to be a psychologist so I could tell my mom what a bitch she was and all the wrong things she did. Guess what, Mom? I got a degree, allegedly. Okay? I don't think you're supposed to treat your family members. But I mean, I know you guys don't run on ethics. Well, John might run on Duncan, but he does not run on ethics, okay? So the son would inform you as a psychologist that if you replicated that same accident in a tightly controlled experiment, you might expect, with slim probability only, one survival for each 1,000 trials. No other words needed to be spoken about the accident. The odds spoke for themselves. Those odds were, like, I have not, what? And when did you find this? Like, how did you come to this conclusion? Did you do a tightly controlled experiment where you found there would be a slim probability? Where did you come up with this? You pulled this out of your ass, sir. In the river. Down in the... Okay. No other word needs to be spoken about the accident. The odds spoke. I think your mom was just as confused as us. Like, oh, fuck. That's dramatic. I gave this kid everything. Okay. One time I leave the door a little ajar and this fucker can't even pull it shut himself. And now it's my fault for my whole life. I ruined his life. Jesus. Man. Every sleepless night, every sweat-soaked sheet. It's just perimenopause, John. Calm your boner. Every nighttime scream, every agonized yell and angry outburst, my mother knew what each and every gesture meant. We alone shared a secret, a terrible secret. I don't think it's that terrible. That both strengthened and detracted from the parent-child bond. From the moment of the accident, our relationship would never be the same. Oh my God. Wrapped in an ambivalence and love and hatred all at the same time. So we solved it, ladies. He hates his mother, therefore he hates all women. Going forward, therefore he will take up for a male PDF file who harms young girls because he hates the women and the females. I hate my mommy. I blame her for everything. John, stop. Stop it, Johnny. So hatred all at the same time. I needed a love and a nurture, and she simply could not. What about your dad? Couldn't he do shit? Like, why are we always blaming the moms? Where was that guy? Couldn't he have given you a hug? Taught you how to throw a baseball or something? I don't know. Stopped you from abducting wild animals? Where was daddy? Where was daddy? Let's get some more dad accountability here. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of these problematic men always blaming women. Like, dude, you're like 70. Work it out, okay? Blah, 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 love and nurturance, Norman Bates. She simply could not provide. And she needed a forgiveness I could never give her. Oh my God. Evil to the core. That's like what happens. As you age, you realize, like, the pedestal you put your parents on, you know, you start to show them more grace as you realize that, wow, we're all infallible, whatever the word is. Like, we all make mistakes. It's hard. Life is hard. And those things that you might, I mean, I know this isn't going to be true. Some people have horrible relationships with their parents and their parents do not deserve their empathy or understanding, but this doesn't seem like that kind of relationship. This seems like a time where you should come to as a grown adult to give your parents maybe a little grace and be like, oh, fuck. I don't think they ever meant to hurt me. You know, and they're just a product of their environment. I'm product. The same thing you were arguing for the PDF file, but you can't give that to your mom, but you can give it to a PDF file. I guess your mom would have to pay you. I guess that's the only difference. Oh my God.
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
So the only thing different is your mom didn't pay, but she paid for you for a long time. I mean, come on. Kids are expensive. Okay. I have zero, you know, but I hear they're very expensive. But seriously, stop it, sir. Stop it. So he could never forgive mommy. All right. Oh boy. I could never give her a forgiveness. She needed a forgiveness I could never give her. Because he's like, Grayson, I hope they're sicker. I want her to be sicker. In most ways, our relationship always remained at an impasse, stuck in the limbo between an avoidance and acknowledgement of a love both taken and given at the same time. But somewhere in the unspoken truce of trauma and secrecy between a mother and her son, the remnants of healing from a book with a boy named Max, who conquered the wild things and returned home to the place where he was loved best of all. Reading all the wild things itself to a wounded son. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not a wounded son. to a wounded son became a place of healing, a gift my mother could only show but never tell. Finding Max, it turns out, was the greatest. Well, why don't you marry him? You know, John, what is going on here? We sure do like the men, and we sure do vilify the women. What's really going on, Johnny boy? A gift of mother could only show but never tell. Finding Max, it turns out, was the greatest gift my mother had ever given to me. And his reach in my life, his reach around in my life started small, but began to spread with a slow intensity, like the tremors from a small ocean earthquake. You don't even live by an ocean, John. I don't think so, right? You grew up in Chicago. I guess, did he go to USC? So I guess he might have been around it then. Okay, whatever, fuckface, whatever. I can't with these tremors. Good God. Wasn't Kevin Bacon in Tremors? Who was in Tremors? I can't remember. I saw a picture of Kevin Bacon on Demi Moore's social media because maybe I was stalking Demi Moore's social media because I went down a rabbit hole because apparently one of her daughters is a singer. Anywho, Kevin Bacon looks good. Him and his wife they're aging like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Because I never thought, people were like, yeah, I was young. Footloose came out. He was too old for me, you know? But everyone's like, he's a dreamboat, but it wasn't my age group. I was more like, Corey Haim, you know, bring it home. But I was like, Kevin Bacon can get it. Kevin Bacon is very handsome. I digress. Sorry, John. Was he in Tremors? Rumor sings, but it's Scout that has like an album out and stuff. I went down a rabbit hole. Well, Dolly makes a really good point. Kevin Bacon really is no Brad Pitt, according to Dr. John. Oh my God. Yeah, Dr. John would get mad if I even made that comparison.
Let's get back to Brad Pitt.
Okay, so ocean earthquake gaining momentum and moving towards the shore like a tsunami. Shut up. There was the family trip west at age 12. Oh, more. How fucking long is this? At age 12 with massively open skies and spaces. Wide open spaces. Okay, sorry. Skies and spaces. Just the hope that maybe life, even in its brevity, offered freedom from all the confines of the concrete jungle. With spicy Mexican foods. Okay, Whitey Ford sings the blues. Calm down. What do you know about spicy Mexican foods? With spicy Mexican food. So hot I could barely breathe. It's probably mild. Okay. I know. I married into a Mexican family. And my taste buds are weak. I learned that very early on. Okay. Because where I'm from, salt and pepper is spice. Very spicy. Oh, ouch. Oh, my parents are like, oh, that chiptoli, that's too. Nana says, oh, that's so spicy. So spicy, that chiptoli. So hot I could barely breathe or believe humans could consume such fiery enticements with oceans and body surfing in Los Angeles and cliff diving off Dana Point. There was the Grand Canyon, a gorge so deep, put her ass to sleep. Impenetrable and unimaginable. I could only watch in awe as we hiked into the lower strata of the canyon. Did you hike on a donkey? I realized at age 12, not that the canyon was too vast, but that my imagination had been too small to envision it. I needed to somehow enlarge my imagination to rethink the possible merely through an encounter with a canyon. After the first trip west, my nightmares began to lessen in intensity. All I remember from my parents taking me out west, they took us to like Glacier, Yellowstone. We did go to California, but my dad liked to take us to like national parks and he'd work really hard to save up for that. And then I'm like a jerky 13-year-old, like I miss my friends. And I think I was like 14 and he took us out to Glacier. And I just remember having my CD, portable CD case and listening. I was like, you guys shut up. I'm trying to listen to my Counting Crows August and Everything After album. You don't get it. Round here, Maria came from Nashville with a suitcase in her hand. Said she'd like to meet a boy who looks like Elvis. And she walks along between the ocean and land just like she's walking on a wire in the circus. She parks her car outside of my house and takes her clothes off. Says she's close to understanding Jesus. But we know it. She has trouble acting normal when she's nervous. guys around here, we always stand up straight. And I'm trying to explain to my parents why this is the greatest music that was ever made. Okay, this is the greatest album that was ever made. My parents are like, okay. It's like, and I want to go home to my friends. But there's John talking about shit that 12-year-olds weren't thinking of. Okay, that's not normal. It's not true. It's not that it's not normal. It's not true. Oh my God. Not a grizzly bear. You guys, he fought a grizzly. I do love the Counting Crows too. I do. Adam Durst. Whatever. Remember, he dated freaking Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston back in the day. He had white boy dreads and he dated Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox. Like, that's how talented he was. It's crazy. Okay, so back to the story. There was a grizzly bear in National Park at age 16. Yep. I love Glacier. And there are grizzly bears there. Okay. Protecting her cubs. Yeah, they'll do that, John. They'll do that. She charged. No fucking way. He's going to say he survived a grizzly bear. He must not have had his period. Okay. There was a moment in time in my neurodivergence where I was obsessed with bears. And I watched the Grizzly Man documentary a million bajillion times about Timothy Treadwell, who slept for 13 summers in the Alaskan wilderness with bears who he would talk to and think they were his friends, until one of the friends was so hungry as they're getting ready for hibernation that he ate Timothy Treadwell and his lady friend. Okay. And I guess, Timothy Treadwell did survive all those summers without getting eaten. But no, John, I don't believe you. Because at least Timothy Treadwell had a documentary showing this. I feel like this is 2018, so he had seen Grizzly Man, what that come out in like 2008 or something. I don't know, earlier than that. He's just copying things. There's no way. John probably fed the bears, yes. John had food on him, okay? Oh my gosh. Not a fucking grizzly. Like, especially a grizzly bear with cubs. No, you're not. No, that's not. Okay, let's keep reading. Jolene, keep reading. I'm getting so upset. There was a grizzly bear in Glacier National Park at age 16. Protecting her cubs, she charged, but never followed through with her initial threat. She charged you? I'm going to need to see the receipts on this one. Okay. Because you have to report that shit to a ranger, and then they will shut down the trail. That's how it works. She charged but never followed through with her initial threat. When I ran for... You're not supposed to... You play dead, bro. You run? Are you crazy? You can fight a black bear. You maybe have a chance. But brown bears, grizzlies, Kodiaks, you turned around and ran? Were you wearing a bell so they could hear you? You're supposed to surprise them. I'm on the bear side, obviously. Oh my God. She charged, never followed through. Were you trying to eat them babies, John? Were you trying to eat them babies? Well, you know what? You just admitted earlier that you had a history of abducting animals. Were you trying to steal them babies? John, you trying to steal them babies? Were you trying to steal them babies, John? Were you going to take them home to your Chicago house? Like you did the rabbits and the hamsters and the squirrels and the whatever. Okay. So I ran for cover and never looked back. My actions were unsafe in every way, but I'm glad I lived to tell the story. Were there any witnesses? Because this is bullshit. Let's stop it. No.
You save big money. You save big money when you shop Menards.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
Okay. Shit, I gotta wrap it up, you guys. I'm just getting too into this. Oh, God. There was the mountain lion who followed me up a desolate trail in Arches National Park at age 7. So a year later, mountain lion, because they stalk their prey. You don't know there's a mountain lion until it's too late. Like, you will never know. They're so good at stalking. Like, that's what they do. How the fuck did he know? So there was a mountain lion who followed me up a desolate trail in Arches National Park at age 17 without my awareness. Of course. How would you be aware of that? That's instinctively like in them. That's what they do. And when she turned around and made herself known, we stared at each other for several... No, you didn't. That that thing would have killed. You would have eat your ass. Or maybe he was like, that is too much ass. What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk? And the mountain lion was like, I'm gonna get gone because that's too much junk in the trunk. I can't. So they stared at each other. He had a staring contest the next year after running from a grizzly bear, a mama grizzly bear and her cubs. The next year, he had a staring contest with the mountain lion. Bitch, are you okay? This is too many lies. You got to separate the lies a little bit, Mr. Storyteller. You're unbelievable. Okay. When she turned and made herself known, we stared at each other for several minutes before she decided to move on. That stare lasted an eternity. She was like, ugh. Imagine if even a mountain lion was like, no, that's too gross for me. I'm not eating that. No. No. He is hypnotized. Yes. Hypnotizes lobsters. He's a legend in his own mind. He's like, I'm fucking amazing. John was like, I won't eat that. I won't eat that too. Oh, God. Okay. All right, John. There were the pre-dawn swims at the Hurricane Island Outward Bound School in Maine. That sounds scary. During the summer before my freshman year in college, the pre-dawn swim. So before dawn, he would swim at the Hurricane Island Outward Bound School. John, the wannabe Eagle Scout. But he could never do that. Anyways, okay. In Maine, during the summer before my freshman year in college, how I hated the frigid cold waters and the suspicion of dangerous creatures lurking below my outstretched body gliding over the surface of the ocean. Like Max, I had no desire to be eaten up by wild things I could not see. Okay, I don't know why you included that. There was the Buffalo not the Buffalo Stampede. Just west of the Sage Creek Campground in the Badlands National Park when I was 23 years old, hiking along an elevated grassy embankment the morning after a damp evening spent sleeping in a miserably wet tent. Did you pee yourself, Jan? Did you pee yourself? Did you TT in your pants? I felt the ground begin to rumble. A herd of buffalo had been grazing several miles below in the river, but I did not pay much attention to them. When the first 3-ton buffalo appeared over the edge of the slightly elevated hill and stopped for an instant to make eye contact with me, he's just looking into the eyes of all of these beautiful, majestic, dangerous wild animals. My heart rate accelerated like a runaway train. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way train. Okay. 2,000 buffalo emerged. Did you count them? Did you count them, John? 2,000? 2,000 buffalo emerged from the mist, and I took cover behind a small sagebrush. I'm sure you were alone again. No witnesses to any of these things. How convenient. Behind a small sagebrush, about 15 feet from my hiking position. The herd parted along the sagebrush. Oh my God.
It's an urban legend that never
About 15 feet from my hiking position.
It never happened.
The herd okay, we already read that. The herd parted along the sagebrush, dividing equally between left and right. So you counted, you stopped and were like, okay, there's 1,000, so I have to count 2,000, so I have to count 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 over here. Then you said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, no. Stop it. The herd parted along the sage, dividing equally between left and right. There would be no way for you to know that. No. With me in the center. Oh, you are just so up your own ass.
God is a man made up by other men to tell them that they're special.
John thinks he's God. John heard Joan Osborne's "What If God Was One of Us?" and he said, he is, it's me. Hi, I'm the God, it's me. Yeah, it's me. Oh my God. And left me unscathed. Because he knew you had a greater purpose to later have a shitty lying YouTube channel and try to get 10 years off a PDF file sentence. He knew. He knew it. I now consider the American buffalo to be a kindred spirit. Okay. The Native Americans already, you're appropriating cultures now. You don't now, white boy John from Chicago, go, well, leave Ireland alone. But I'm sure John is, imagine, he's got Irish in him. A lot of us, Midwesterners do, or Scandinavian or something, But no, John. You don't get to be like, yes, I now consider, it's never been considered before, that these lands in the Dakotas, South Dakota, North Dakota, that the buffalo, before I just thought they were mere slot machines, buffalo, but now they're kindred spirits because the white man said so. Like, stop it, John. Stop it, John, you dick. They're his kindred spirit. Okay. There was the summit of Mount Baker in Seattle. Mountain biking.
It never happened.
We got pictures of him mountain biking. I don't believe it. Mountain biking the uncut trails in Yellowstone. Wait, no. Mountain biking the White Rim Trail in the Canyon Lands. Delicate arch outside of Moab. How do you pronounce that? Moab. Rafting on the Green River. Canyoneering. Pine Creek in Zion. And Neon Canyon in Escalante. Mountain biking the uncut trails and uncut wieners in Yellowstone. Ice climbing outside of Telluride. And too many nights to count spent alone. Yeah, there's a reason. Solo hikers, a lot of them aren't solo by choice. Other people made that choice for them, allegedly. Okay. Too many nights to count spent alone in vast, lonely, desolate, and austerly beautiful desert places, all things wild. As these many wild things pierced my soul, the symptoms of PTSD began to lessen their grip on my psyche. The nightmares decreased, as did the fitful sleep. Fewer monsters paid nightly visits, and my dreams became populated by rivers, canyons, and mountaintops. Now he's going to appropriate the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech from the mountain. Like, watch. He's going to claim he wrote that. Yeah, I knew MLK. Yeah, he asked me to write for him. Yeah, I was 6, and he could see the PTSD in me. Yeah, oh my God. Fewer monsters paid nightly visits, and my dreams became populated by rivers, canyons, and mountaintops as I entered graduate school to become a psychologist. An inevitable step to my YouTube fame, to my YouTube channel. An inevitable step in my personal evolution. The journey evolved from outside landscapes to internal terrain, where the wild things hid beneath tough exteriors, addictions, and mounds of fear reaching far beyond anything the visible eye could detect. These internal landscapes were just as treacherous and equally wild. Max knew this terrain well. In my 3rd year to graduate school, there was Martin, age 8. Oh, stay away from the children, John. Age 8, who has been Nope. No. We're not going to do that, Martin. I hope you're okay. It's just gross, John. It's gross. What are we doing here? So now he's going to use his blog to talk about actual trauma, that horrific abuse that happened to a child. There were so many wild adventures as a psychologist. There was Bonnie, the middle-aged CEO who controlled everything in her life, including me. Only after acknowledging the wreck her life had become, with numerous failed relationships, 3 divorces, 5 estranged children, and multiple harassment claims at work, did she begin to awaken. She never wept, never mourned the past, no regrets, she said. I'm so rich I can buy my happiness. She couldn't. Her name was Lauren. And she knew it. Yeah. Oh, I know. I gotta wrap it up, you guys. I'm so sorry. My husband's like, yeah, we might have to do a part 2 later. I know. Did they text you? Okay. Just okay. Apologies, you guys. All right. My husband's like, he's helping me out. I need to be okay. Thank you guys for this is crazy. Okay. I'll see what they text. Okay. We've been on TD says we've been on long enough. Truly. Thank you. Hi, my husband Jal in the chat. Sorry guys. Jolene will be back. I'm sorry to end on a weird note. It's okay. We'll end on this paragraph and then we'll come back and we'll finish it. Okay. Gonna get. Okay, so Bonnie, middle-aged CEO who controlled everything in her life, including me, only after acknowledging the wreck her life had become with numerous failed relationships, 3 divorces, 5 estranged children. Why are you telling Bonnie's business? Sister Karen, we tell her business. And multiple harassment claims at work. Did she begin to awaken? She never wept and never mourned the past. No regret, she said. I'm so rich I can buy my happiness. She couldn't, and she knew it. Love, true, authentic, genuine love has no price tag. Feelings were not her strong suit. Although over time and across several years, the hard exterior began to crack, and she let some tenderness in. She fell in love, and everything changed. The controlling, overly harsh, and punitive self gave way to a gentler internal wilderness, a wild, guided by self-compassion, held at bay for so many years because of the fears of being weak and taken advantage of by men. Bonnie had been... Okay. So now he's going to talk about Bonnie's childhood trauma. Now we can finally engage that wild part of her that had so frightened her and kept her feelings of sadness and rage buried behind a solid veil of control and equanimity. Equanimity, you guys. We're going to end on equanimity. This was just crazy. We'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll also go over Duty Ron tomorrow, among other things. Thank you for being here. Oh my God, this is worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. Thank you so much to those of you who joined me in the live chat. Thank you to those on the replay crew. I got some super chats I got to acknowledge before we wrap up. Indy Cindy, thank you so much for the super chat. Says he's ruined Family Guy for me. He ruined Peter Griffin. Griffin. No, whatever. Thank you. It's Wags. Says perimenopause is now called cougar puberty. Welcome to the club. Not cute. Cougar puberty. I feel like I can't even talk anymore after all of John Matthias' bullshit. Thank you, Indy Cindy, again for the super chat. This is why we should try harder to keep our kids off drugs. His mom voluntarily signed him up for MK Ultra. Just saying. Says just saying. There's John. Quit blaming the women's. All right. You guys, thank you so much. Smash that like on your way out. Leave a comment after the video post, and I'll see you again tomorrow. But until then, remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.